this is Wayne Bilal, and we're going to talk about SWOT analysis. Yes, at this point I can see most business owners going, oh, for God's sakes, here we go again. Most business owners are action-oriented. The last thing they want to do is sit down and do planning. This whole issue is about the importance of planning. The SWOT is an interesting tool, and it really stands for identifying for your business your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and threats. That's what SWOT stands for. I've used it in many places. It's a great tool because it helps the business owner stop looking at today and start thinking about tomorrow and how to change from where we're at today to get there. All right. It's quite frankly, it's one of the major weaknesses of most business owners is the future vision. All right. And this is a great tool for that. And let's walk through the different areas, and then let's give you an example of a company that really should have used some SWOT. If they had done that, it would have been great. So let's look, first of all, notice something on the strengths and weaknesses. These are internal. What do I mean by that? These are things you have some control over. I mean, you can't control everything. I mean, for example, I'm not going to be able to take a Fortune 500 company as an accounting client. I mean, I'm a one-person CPA with a small staff. All right, that's an internal thing that would be pretty hard for me to change. Now, if I picked up the client, I might be able to make some money out of it because I'd partner with somebody and get a 10% finder's fee or something like that. So never say never. But it's highly unlikely, and it shouldn't be my target audience, okay? So the next thing is to look down here, and you'll see these are external. Opportunities and threats are external. So what we're doing with those are items that you have very little control over. As a matter of fact, the importance of these is the fact that they affect your business and will affect your business. It's important to actually kind of pay attention to them. So what you do, and key point by the way, this is best done, this type of analysis is not best done by yourself. It doesn't hurt to do it by yourself, but then it's a good idea to sit down and brainstorm this with your partners, your employees, your spouses, your banker, your CPA, your business consultant, whatever. This is best done with teams, other business owners, and not necessarily in your. That's why a mastermind group does pretty well, because they can mastermind, they can kind of help you with this. You want to do it, but that's key. So let's talk about the strengths areas first. Well, this is usually easy, but sometimes we're not using our strengths. And let's talk about that. The strengths, as a small business owner, your organization is you. It takes on your personality. So your strengths and weaknesses often are the strengths and weaknesses of your small business. And that's why it's kind of important to make sure you know what your strengths are and your weaknesses are, so that you also probably have the same strengths and weaknesses in your business. There's a good book out there called Strength Finders 2.0. If you've never gotten it, take the test that's involved. The key to the idea behind it is to accentuate your strengths, to build on your strengths, and to alleviate your weaknesses. I hire all my staff. When I hire them, I tell them their number one job is to keep me out of trouble and keep me working. They get paid when I get paid. In the strength section, start asking some key questions. What do we do well? What experience do we have? Where can we deliver on that? What do we offer that is better than what our competitors have? What services bring in the most money? What do our customers think our strength is? This is a great place when you're doing a SWOT analysis for a survey of your customers and your suppliers, maybe other people. What do they see that you're doing well? And over here in weaknesses, what do they see that you could do better? All right, so in the weaknesses section, ask yourself some questions like, what areas could we improve? What resources don't we have that we should have? Probably figure out a way to get them. Where do we lose money? What products or services do our competitors offer that we don't? What do our competitors do better than us? Again, this is an area to ask your customers. What are we not doing that you would like us to do? And these, remember, are internal and things that you can fix. Now down in this area under opportunities and threats, these are very important. Under opportunities, you're looking for things that you can take advantage of that you're currently not taking advantage of. For example, how can we do more with our existing clients? Is there something else we should be selling to them? What other products or services can we offer? My experience has been that many entrepreneurs are serial entrepreneurs. And what I mean by that is if they're successful, they do, especially the successful ones, if they're successful, they see something else that they could be offering their customer. So once you have the customer, you have the power. Now, what else can you sell them? What other niches can we go into? So you tend to see them open 2-3 businesses that are related to theirs but slightly different. We're doing it with this magazine and our coaching. Very related to our CPA firm but different. But we have the customer. See, there's the key. Is there some new technology that we should be getting that we could adopt that would make our life easier? All right. Is there a new target niche or audience that we have the potential to reach? How can we turn our strengths into opportunities to improve profits? What trends are out there? This is where you look and see what's going on. I mean, CPA firms that didn't adapt when the desktop computers came out got left in the dust. Again, when the internet came on, a lot of CPAs didn't. A lot of business owners still haven't. They don't have their website out there. They don't know what they're doing. Heck, we've moved on to social media, which very few businesses are doing right. And now we even see a combination of social media, the internet, and the smartphones. Very few people are doing that right. Do you want to be an innovator, or do you want to always be chasing the leader? And nowadays, these things have brought the barrier, which is the cost of getting into these things, down to a point where almost every business owner can take advantage of it. There's really very little excuse not to. Threats, different. Again, very similar, external. What's out there in this section, we're looking at what threats to our industry in total, what threats to our business, what vulnerabilities or weaknesses are we exposed to, what's going on in the economy. I'm a big fan of Dan Kennedy, and one of his sayings is, there's no good economy, there's no bad economy, there's just this economy. And that's very true. And I've worked with hundreds of business owners every year. And you know, in industries, certain industries, I'll see, no matter what the economy, I'll see some people failing, I'll see some people doing very well. Yes, when the economy's bad, you see more people failing and less people doing well, but there's still, even during the Depression, there was millionaires made, and even over the last 4 years, there's people making tons of money and the business is taking off. So, you know, what other obstacles do we anticipate? Why is this important? Well, I like to use the example of Blockbuster. Let's think about Blockbuster. In the 90s, there was a bunch of little mom and pop places out there that were, you know, you could walk in and rent a video. If you didn't want to buy one, it was pretty hard to see it. And the home, you know, before that, you had to go to the theater, just wait for it to be on TV 10 years later. And, you know, with all this, you know, with all the censorship and all that, and by the time it came out, people forgot about it. All of a sudden, there was these little mom and pops with the VCRs, and, you know, they could sell little, you know, tapes and all that. And Blockbuster came in and said, wow, that's a great market. So they went and they put, you know, in the late 80s, early 90s, they expanded like heck. They bought prime real estate. They paid good bucks for it, so they made a lot of money in real estate too. They put in videos, but, you know, think about how expensive that was. They had to buy the place, they had to rent the place, they had to build it, they had to put up the staff, bring in the staff, the inventory, and all the stuff that comes with running a standalone business. Now, they were the biggest guys on the block. And if they had done this kind of SWOT analysis, they would have been able to see an opportunity, or if they waited too long, at least seen a threat that Netflix and Redbox and other people like them have done. But those are the two big ones. Because Netflix, when they came out, went, well, yeah, great idea, Blockbuster's got it. But people, you know, DVDs came out, it's probably pretty cheap with Amazon and other people out there. We can actually ship them. Amazon kind of showed how to ship. So we can get them to the store. People, you know, don't like the late fees. They don't want to have to go stand in line. We'll just bring it to their place. Plus, you know, then the internet came and we could download, and they saw that opportunity. Why didn't Blockbuster see that? They were the 9,000-pound gorilla in the room in that industry, and if they had jumped into that at the very beginning, Netflix wouldn't have existed. Redbox saw, well, heck, instead of having the customer have to come to our location, what if we put where the customer is already going, like the grocery stores, like the malls, little shopping centers, the pharmacies like Walgreens and CVS and whatever's in your neighborhood. Let's put a little kiosk out there. I mean, if Blockbuster had put a little Blockbuster kiosk out there, it would have actually been better. If you have a problem with the tape, you bring it to your local Blockbuster store. Otherwise, you're just there. They could have dominated this and been the biggest thing in the industry, in the home entertainment industry. Instead, they didn't see the opportunity and they didn't recognize the threat. So what does Blockbuster? Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy and will probably disappear. Every industry is going through that. We live in a very confusing time with changes happening dramatically. Some will help you, some will hurt you, and it's your responsibility as a business owner to identify your strengths, your weaknesses, so that you can take advantage of the opportunities that are out there and mitigate any threats before they put you out of business. The SWOT analysis, I argue, is no longer just a luxury and a management consultant's tool. It is now necessary for every business owner to do this at least once a year. Hope you get something out of this and try it yourself. And pay attention to March. We're going to have a big announcement in our March issue. Remember, these are DIY, do-it-yourself type self-consulting courses for your business. But we're going to actually launch one where we give you a little bit more assistance at a very reasonable price. So pay attention to March. And until next time, let's make this our best year ever. Thank you.